Yeah, man. This is what I've been waiting for. Got him. Ah! Man, I've been waiting for Joker to come to Smash forever. Oof! Okay, alright. Maybe I should be paying a little more attention. Ah, yeah. Uh-oh. Uh, hello everyone. How embarrassing and totally not set up in any way. Hello everyone and welcome to another video with me, Umber Rays, and wow, it's Global News Day. That's exciting, right? I don't even know. Well, let me just check the units real quickly. Esther and Sylvie, I do believe, were the new units. Let me just take a look. I'm sure it's nothing good. All right, just scroll through. I mean, you could scroll ahead if you really want to. Huh. Well, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Let me check the other one. There's never two good units on a single banner. Hmm. Well, there's no denying it now. Denying it now. This Brave Exvius is now Easter City. And I, for one, welcome our new Easter overlords. Say hello to both Sylvie as well as, just what the fuck were they even thinking when they did this? Whoops, so many things going wrong. Esther and Sylvie data have been added to the game, and I have to say right off the bat that holy shit, I cannot even fucking believe it. The Easter girls are going to be running Brave Exvius probably for a little while, and for all you people who are saving for Akstar, maybe you should change your mind just a little wee bit. And that is coming from me, who has decidedly joined Easter Town. Because let me tell you something, kids, it's sometimes just smarter to go with the more powerful ones. So let's first of all talk about Sylvie. Sylvie is basically a support unit. She's classified, I do believe, as a paladin, which is kind of interesting and kind of scary. Bunny Girl's gonna protect you real nice. Bunny Girl, I mean, her... Alright, so let's not get overly excited. Let's go over TMR real quick. Accessory, 35 defense and spirit, a whole bunch of elemental resistance on it, and gives her a little bit of a bonus. Hoppy Memories, which I do, or maybe it's not. No, it's not just her, right? It's everyone. Boosts HP and MP by 10%. Fill limit burst gauge every turn. Damn, pretty nice. And Spring Basket, or Super TMR, a shield that is just super high spirit and looks absolutely beautiful, and I kind of want it, being a JP player, so that should say a bit. But looking at her stats were nothing overly that impressive, and looking at where her she can be increased, it's even less impressive. Her HP gets a fair boost, her MP gets a fair boost, but her attack, defense, and magic spirit you can only put 40 pots into. That is something that will be a little limiting on her. At least I would say that if she didn't look so damn tanky. Her limit burst ended up being a 7-star maxed out cure attack, defense, magic, and spirit breaks, as well as stop to all allies. Increase resistance to all elements by 100% for 4 turns. What the fuck? We don't even have that good of a thing on the JP side. Yeah, I'm officially saying that Global has outpower crept JP finally. Congratulations, Global players. You can now play the same content that we can. uh, also restores MP of 50% to all allies, which is pretty damn fucking strong too. And grants HP barrier of 3,500 for 4 turns to all allies. This is just an insane limit burst. 36 limit burst crystals, but seems absolutely worth every penny. She's an MP battery. She is a full elemental resistance battery too. 100%. Like, it's not even that it ignores light and darkness like so many characters do. Light and darkness is included in this, so I'm wondering if Global's going to get a really nasty trial that debuffs all elements from now on, because this is just an insane unit otherwise. She also has access to Libra, Full Life, Dispelga, and Re-Raise, basically the trinity of holy white spells that you'd want in the first place. And looking at her kit, her passives, I mean, she has Sleep, Silence, Confuse, Petrify, Resistance. She actually has 20% innate physical and magical evasion. This girl's going to be really annoying, I think, in Arena. Increase HP by 30%, 5% MP recovery per turn. Gets boosts whether she's equipping a heavy or a light shield, as well as equipped with heavy armor. This girl is equipped with heavy armor. Sure, I mean, sure, why not? Equipping her own TMR, 200% limit burst fill rate, always on HP and MP by 30%, and she is naturally immune to all elements. Not even joking, her own TMR, which is already, as we have established, really good, gives her 100% element resistance. What? Why can't we have this on the JP side? This is interesting. This is what I've been looking for on the JP side, a unit that to actually give a shit about. Also, at the start of battle, she gets triple the fun, so she can triple cast her some of her abilities. She has MP plus 20%. She absorbs MP from enemy spells taken 100%. So I don't think she'll ever have MP problems. Auto cast In Memory of Marion every turn, which is a increased stop resistance, 100%, so she's stop immune, and just some extra bonuses to make her a little more durable. Then we get into her actual abilities, and dear God, she has Spring Cleaning, cure all status ailments to all enemies, and give 100% status ailment resistance. She has full, like a wide spread break, decrease attack and magic, or defense and spirit, 45% for 3 turns to all enemies. That's pretty good right there. She can give 100% either lightning or earth resistance to all allies for 3 turns, just naturally. That's pretty darn good. She can increase attack and magic or defense and spirit by 120% for 3 turns, and either give a limit burst fill rate of 150% to attack and magic boost, or for the defense and spirit, 1,000 HP barrier, which, as it turns out, is pretty good when you're trying to survive an attack. Here's a present, enables triple for 3 turns to 1 ally, Bunny Kick, or Here I Go. Gotta love the puns on this one. Or From Me to You gives either Mystic Egg or Here I Go to an ally. We'll talk about those abilities in a second. She can add Lightning, Earth, or the Light element to her allies for 3 turns. That's pretty good. Recover 350 MP to a single ally, but gives her herself a 2000 HP hit, which really isn't that bad for that. Increase resistance to all elements. Naturally, she can just do this 50% for 3 turns to all allies. Pretty damn good. Give Cottontail and Here I Go to ally, or Enchanted Egg and Here I Go to an ally for 3 turns, so she can give a lot of abilities to other people. And ow, these sunglasses actually hurt, but I look too cool to take them off. And it's Easter Town, baby. Gracious Knight, cure attack, defense, magic, and spirit break, and stop to all allies, and gives resistance to that for 5 turns. Double the fun, use a whole bunch of her abilities twice in a single turn. Fun times 2, use a whole bunch of her other abilities 2 times in a turn. Protective Petals mitigate magic by 25% damage for 3 turns to all allies, and Protective Vines, physical damage, 25% resistance, pretty darn good. And then we get into her cooldowns. Woo! Hop into battle, increase attack and magic 200% for 3 turns to allies, decrease defense and spirit 75% for 3 turns to all enemies, and enables skills 2 turns for the caster, triple the fun. So it gives her triple cast, and it gives a giant attack boost and a defense debuff to the enemies. Basically offensive. That is a beautiful ability. 6 turn cooldown. Other one, Hop to the Rescue. Defense and Spirit 200% for 3 turns to all allies. Decrease attack and magic to the enemies for 3 turns. That one's going to be super valuable basically in every trial into the future, and gives her triple cast, of course. Marion, Watch Over Me, gives an increase to attack, defense, magic, and spirit break resistance for 5 turns. Increases attack, defense, and magic and spirit for 170% for 5 turns to all allies, so that's a pretty nice buff that she can give. It's an 11 turn cooldown, but still good, and it gives her triple cast too, because why not? And a Paladin's Duty, 4 turn cooldown, fixed damage, 3000 HP to her, recover 120 MP to the caster, and heals allies over 3 turns, both HP and MP. Whew. Now, as for the ability she gives, Bunny Kick is a physical damage ability. Doesn't look like anything too great. Mystical Egg, again, it's a magic damage with ignoring spirit. And I should say that Bunny Kick also ignores 25% defense. Mystical Egg, 25% spirit. Both of those, you know, they're not bad. But the other ones, Cottontail and Enchanted Egg, are more interesting, as they are either physical or magical damage chaining abilities that are AT chaining. She can give AT chaining, either magical or physical. Holy, holy, holy shit. I'm not even joking about this. I absolutely really love Sylvie. I think Sylvie is probably one of the best buff support units you've ever seen. Like Zargaboth, whatever. Zarga who? This girl is so damn incredible. The only thing that I think is probably a concern about her is her stats. It doesn't seem like her stats are ever going to really stand out, but she has an amazing TMR, an amazing super TMR, and her kit is just fantastic support. Absolutely fantastic. If you get her, there might even be an argument that you can keep your old healer and not get Aerith or Warrior of Light. Oh, okay, maybe not so much, but or have both. But she has a lot of really good support, not only defensively, but offensively too. She is actually really incredible. I was kind of expecting this, that Gummy would swing too far to the other side and just go into the direction of basically making way too powerful of a character, and that is exactly what I feel like has happened here. I really do feel like Sylvie is absolutely incredible, if not for any other reason than the fact that her fucking limit gives 100% all element protection. It's going to be invaluable. Like, it's just, I don't know if that's the right way to use that word, actually. It is just going to be so valuable into the future when Elemental Tetris becomes a thing. This is Marie, a healer, a paladin, like so many characters rolled into one. I have to give this character a giant recommendation. But that's not all, because we haven't even talked about Esther yet. Esther, who I was thinking ahead of time, she does seem kind of like she might be really good for a whole bunch of reasons. And as it turns out, she is insanely good for a whole bunch of reasons. So let's talk about her. First of all, her Storm Bunny Jacket is her super TMR, 800 HP, 40 attack, and 10 defense. Also gives her an extra ability too, and some extra killers versus stones and machines. Both pretty darn good, given that there seems to be lots of enemies that are either stones or machines into the future. At least there's quite some on JP side, so I think it's good. The extra HP on this just makes this a very, very, very valuable TMR. I absolutely think that this is a great, super TMR. I really do think that this is great, and it's even better on Esther because it gives her extra HP and attack percentage. This girl is going to just do amazing things with that. TMR ended up being Storm Kickers, which I have gone on record saying that this TMR is fucking insane now, and will be forever insane into the future. Inner limit ended up being 20% HP and 15% limit burst damage. That is still enough to make this thing insane. I'm not even joking. I really, really, really think this is a TMR that most global people should get their hands on at some point. But since both Esther and Sylvie are not limited, this is actually a pretty solid place to use your UOCs if you have quite a few, I think. Stat-wise, 206 base attack, put an extra 65 points put in. That's exactly what we wanted here. She is an attack-based unit. This bunny girl is going to kick you right in the ass, and it's going to hurt for a long time. Defense and spirit, not overly great, I feel like, but, I mean, probably around the same level as Akstar, so I think that this girl is more than fine. MP is the only thing I'm kind of interested in. I wonder how she will fare for MP. But, fairly, I don't know. Now, looking at this girl's kit, I can tell already that her limit burst is going to be a big favorite of mine for basically ever. Absolute Raikiri upgraded is a physical damage, 15.9 times attack with ignoring defense, 50% to all enemies. Enable skills for 3 turns to the caster, Tempest Charge, increase limit burst damage 200% for 3 turns, increase attack 300% for 3 turns to the caster, and autocast the next turn, lightning fixed damage of 1500 to caster. It is a part of a chaining family too. So not only, here's the thing, it is a physical damage limit burst that is AR chaining, meaning that you can potentially chain this thing. With 2 Esthers, you can chain this insanely well. 30 hits, as proven by Hayu, is a really great limit burst to have. But the fact is that this character seems to be all in on limit burst, and that's just fine. That is absolutely just fine to me. I mean, the other thing is that if you have her super TMR, she will absorb the damage. So it will, because it's lightning-based damage that's being dealt to her. So it will actually heal her, which is interesting. But the 300% attack increase for 3 turns, as well as boosting limit burst damage by 200%. This reminds me of Chair Rain, but a year early. This character just feels really, really powerful, and we haven't even talked about the rest of her kit yet. And now we get into the rest of her kit, because passive-wise, she already starts with Earth's resistance of 50%, Paralyze and Petrify resistance, which is good for a physical damage dealer. But she is 100% immune, Stop, and Charm. Again, I don't think that there's anybody on the JP side, and any player out there is welcome to correct me, but it doesn't matter, because Stop and Charm immune on a single character? Jesus. I told you Gummy doesn't know how to make a character, or at least not make a character just too damn good. Defense and Spirit, increase physical, she has killers of 100% already, just really early on in her kit, to Mechanical and Stone, extra attack and Spirit, chance to ignore fatal damage when her 80% when her HP is above 10%, so there's a really good chance that she will be very survivable in fights. Chance to counter physical attacks with Static Barrage, 40% either for physical or magical. That's really good. 100% true dual hand in her kit already. Attack, defense, magic boost. 30% physical evasion naturally in her kit. 7% MP recovery per turn. And autocast Static Shift every turn, which I'm not sure what that is. Static Shift. Fixed lightning damage, 500 to the caster. But again, if she absorbs lightning damage, then there isn't a problem. Might be pushing people more towards the super TMR, but okay. Just going to double check that. Yeah, it really does kind of push people towards the super TMR, but I gotta say, it's pretty tasty here. Also because I don't think she has a particular type of weapon, right? She can equip a lot of weapons. Swords, great swords, katanas. Wow, just stick a great sword on her and you're done for the day. Alright, cool. TMR gives her extra HP and attack, limit burst fill rate, as well as an increase in limit burst damage of 30%. Jesus. Increase attack equipment by 100%, so now we're up to 200% true dual hand in her kit. For equipping clothes, she gets extra attack and defense of 40%, which is pretty high. Extra MP. Extra attack and HP, increase attack 60% when equipped with a greatsword. Alright, she's a greatsword character. There you go. Increase attack 50% when single wielding a weapon, so 250% true dual hand in her kit. And an extra 50% extra damage versus mechanical and stone. Jesus. Woof. Also, let's just take a look here. Static Barrage is a physical damage ability that actually stacks damage and decreases attack, defense, magic, and spirit. So she counters with a Divine Ruination Chain family ability that also debuffs the enemy too, full breaks them. Wow. And then in her kit, Shock Flash. I'm going to talk about the really important things because this video has been going for a while. Shock Flash just increases her limit burst gauge as well as Shatter Arms, Shatter Guard, and Shock Reflect. Just Shatter Guard. Those are all defense, either physical damage, decrease attack and magic, or defense and spirit by 50% for 5 turns to all enemies. So she has basically breaks in her kit too, which is really good to have. She has Shock Reflex, which is a lightning physical damage, as HP drain to one enemy and ignores some defense too. She has Charge Protection, which has a chance to protect all allies from physical damage, so she can actually be a little bit of a physical tank too, with a 50 to 70% mitigation for 1 turn and increase her defense 150% for 1 turn. So in a pinch, maybe she could be a saving grace for your entire party. That seems really nice. Utility is always good. She can add lightning to her physical attacks, and this is something that is an asterisk for the rest of this video. Increased limit burst gauge of 15, so it reminds me of Chocobo Fina, of just being able to charge her limit burst with a multi-castable ability. So Stormbrand is pretty good for that, and again, if you have regular access to a limit burst, that turns out to be pretty fucking good. Especially when it's this limit burst too. Storm Calling is an AT chaining ability that heals herself HP and MP, increased limit burst gauge of 10 crystals, and does physical damage too, so chaining and giving her limit burst, again working towards that limit burst. Increased chance of being targeted 100% for 2 turns, and mitigate physical damage by 20% for 2 turns. Demagnetizing Strike, physical damage of 3.5 times, ignore defense 50% to 1 enemy, decrease lightning resistance 75%, so there's your lightning debuff there of a nice 75%, and increase limit burst gauge of 15 to the caster. Her double cast, her Combat Overdrive, which is a ability that increases attack 200% for 3 turns, increase modifier of 4 turns to the caster, can't be dispelled, so it increases her, for a lot of her abilities, the amount of damage that it can be done by those. Enable for skilled for 2 turn. Tempest Charge, which Tempest Charge is just her triple cast ability, which that's not even a cooldown, so she can access that pretty much all the time. Shock Embrace, decrease lightning resistance 100% for 5 turns to all enemies. So this is your big one that you want to use before you use your limit burst. Adds lightning element to physical attacks for 5 turns to the caster. Increase limit burst gauge of 20 to the caster, so it's not a full one right there. And I haven't forgot about the limit burst cost. I'm getting to that. Don't worry. I can hear your comments already. Enables triple cast for her for 4 turns. That is a 5-turn cooldown. Storm Clouds, 4-turn cooldown, available turn 4. I should say that Shock Embrace is available turn 1. Storm Clouds, physical damage 11 times to 1 enemy. Increase modifier of 3 times to Storm Calling. Increase limit burst gauge 30 to the caster, and that's an AT chaining ability. So basically, every so often she gets a more powerful AT chain ability. Bolt Strike is her last ability that is just a physical damage, ignores 50% defense to all enemies, decreased defense 60% for 5 turns to all enemies, increased limit burst gauge 20. Okay, so here's the big thing. Her maxed out limit burst at a 7-star requires 60 crystals, so it's obviously expensive. I would say that this girl is a mix of 2 characters. It seems to be a mix of Akstar as well as Regina. 2 of the best characters for DPS on the JP side. Obviously, there's a couple weaknesses in her kit. 1, you need a lot of limit burst crystals to fire off her max level limit burst. 2, the other thing is that she is primarily a lightning-based character, meaning that if the enemy isn't weak to light or is immune to lightning, you're kind of SOL on this. However, that doesn't always happen, and that should be noted. That is really important here. In theory, there are lots of great true dual-handed greatswords. Take Crimson, for example. If you were to take Crimson's fire greatsword, then you could just have fire out on her, get a fire debuff from somewhere else, combine her with Sylvie. Sylvie can give her either the light element or whatnot. I think the really important thing here to remember is just her limit burst is so insanely powerful, and I think her kit is just really powerful too. She is some kind of combination of both Akstar and Regina, 2 characters that I absolutely love on the JP side who are relevant for a long time. So I think that this girl is absolutely effing nuts. I think this entire banner is absolutely effing nuts. I'm hopping with excitement over how great this is. Both of these characters ended up being way better, and this isn't surprising because Global really wants the exclusives to shine. For one thing, it keeps players interested, and it is, a sticking point against the JP side. But both of these characters seem really absolutely incredible, and I'm left here wondering why we can't get this cool of stuff on the JP side. Oh well, JP gets blue mages next month. It's something. Anyway, you guys, that's all for this video. Tell me what you think in the comments below. And, I'll see you all next time. Whoa. Nothing you can do. It's Easter Town.